So we're going to finish up with the third page of the Module 6 review for the examination. And just kind of run through these really quick. So once again, in number 12, we're identifying the properties being shown. If we look at A, we have 2 plus 8x equals 8x plus 2. Now, the order has changed, and remember, when the order has changed, that is the commutative. The commutative property is illustrated there. On the second one, if we look at this, we have 2 plus, in parentheses, 5 plus x. On the other side, we have 2 plus 5 in parentheses plus x. Now notice, has the order changed? 2, 5, then x, 2, then 5, then x. The order has not changed, but the way we grouped it, here we group the second two terms, here we group the first two terms, has changed. That's associative. That's a C. Okay, so those are the properties that we have named right here. Now, with these next ones in 13, A through whatever, how many we have, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be simplifying these using the properties of algebra that we learned. So we're going to be doing some distribution, we're going to be combining some like terms, and the likes of that. So let's just keep going through with this. So on A, we want to get rid of these parentheses, so we're going to distribute the 4 into the first term x and the 4 into the negative 3. So 4 times x, that's 4x, and 4 times our negative 3 is negative 12, and 4x minus 12, that is exactly what we're looking for. On the second one, we want to get rid of the parentheses first so we can combine some like terms. Now notice, we have the negative, which really acts like a negative 1. So, excuse me, with that negative 1, we're going to have to distribute that in. Now the 2x in front, that's just kind of going to be carried over in the problem. We have 2x, negative 1 times x is minus x, negative 1 times 8 is negative 8. Now we're going to combine like terms. We have 2x minus x, so we combine the coefficients. 2 minus the 1 that's right there gives us 1. So we have 1x, which we just write as x, minus 8, and that is what we're looking for here. So this next one here, well, we have the parentheses we're going to get rid of. We're going to need to distribute the negative 2 to the first term and the negative 2 to the second term. Our 9y, because that's all out in front, no parentheses around it, that just carries through. And now we multiply. That's how we distribute here. So negative 2 times y is minus 2y. Negative 2 times negative 3 is plus 6. And then finally we're going to combine like terms here. 9y minus 2y. Well, 9 minus 2 is 7, so that's going to be 7y. And we have plus 6. That's that one there. In D, we have 7x plus x. That's going to give us a grand total of 8x, because that x really does act as a 1x. So 1 plus 7 is 8. We get that. Now here, our y's are like terms as well. So negative 9y plus y, negative 9 plus 1, negative 8. So we have negative 8. Y right there. Okay, so looking at letter E, we're going to do some distribution to get rid of these parentheses. So we're going to multiply this by 2/3, and we're going to multiply this by 2/3. So when we do that, I really kind of make everything fractions when I'm dealing with fractions. So when I distribute the 2/3 to the 6, we can say 2/3 times 6 we could write as 6 over 1, and we have x. Then minus, we're distributing our 2/3 in, 2/3 times, here this 3 is a 3 over 1. And now we're going to do some cancellation. So here, 3 cancels the 3 in there, leave me a 1 and a 2. So we have 2 times 2, which is 4, divided by 1 is 4. So 4x. Here, that 3 cancels that 3, leaving me a 1 and a 1. Now we respect the sign here. So we're going to have minus 2 times 1, so we have the 2 times that 1, divided by 1 is 2, and that is the simplified version of that right there. So coming to the home stretch here with these problems, next one, once again, we want to get rid of these parentheses, so we're going to distribute the negative 3 here and negative 3 there. Now the 7 just carries on in the problem, because it's kind of out there alone, but when we distribute our negative 3 times our 8, actually, we can combine some like terms. Why don't we do that first? Let's combine some like terms here. We still have our 7 that carries over. We still have our minus 3. So following the order of operations, we want to add what's in the parentheses first. So 8 plus 2, that's 10. So it would work if we distributed the negative 3 first, but I think it's going to be easier if we just go ahead and combine those. So 8 plus 2, 10. So you have 7 minus 3 times 10. Now, with the order of operations, we have multiplication and subtraction. Multiplication comes before subtraction, so we're going to multiply our negative 3 times our 10. So we have 7 minus 30. And then finally we'll subtract 7 minus 30 is negative 23. And that is what we're getting right there. So this next one, we have 5 plus 3 times 4, that's all in parentheses, minus 4 squared. So following the order of operations, first thing we do is parentheses. And in this parenthesis, we have addition and multiplication. Multiplication comes before addition, so we're going to have 5 plus 4 times 3 is 12, minus our 4 squared. Well, 4 squared is 4 times 4, so let's just write that as 4 times 4. We can multiply that out there. Now working in the parentheses once again, 5 plus 12 is 17. So once we have that as a single number, we can drop the parentheses here. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. And at the very end, we'll go ahead and do our subtraction. 17 minus 16 is 1. The last problem here, once again, we have some exponentiation. We have some parentheses. So let's look at this. That 6 is 6 times 6. That's 6 squared, that is. So we have negative 6 times 6 minus, working inside the parentheses with the 5 minus 11. 5 minus 11 is negative 6. Okay? Now, negative 6 times positive 6 right here, that's negative 36. And then if we have a negative times a negative right here, that really right there is going to become a positive, so that's going to be plus 6. Last thing we have to do is our addition. Negative 36 plus 6 is negative 30. And that is the answer there. So hopefully you understood those. This last page in particular is going to be a lot of what we're going to be doing coming up here in the next couple weeks. So you really want to make sure that you have this squared away and understand this fully. This will be on the exam, and you want to do well. So good luck with the exam, and see you next video.